Oh, there we go. Okay. Do over. Do over
He's
time.
back from the dead.
Um, yeah, for the listener, there was we started recording like an hour ago. We had to cut it short because we got a tornado touchdown here in my town. Dude, we've had like uh multiple tornado touchdowns at the same time in these past few weeks across the state. It's crazy.
And Austin, I saw some viral video, heard some rumblings on Twitter. I wanted to get your take on this. I heard the tornado that was affecting your area, you rebuffed, as it were, by running fast enough in the other direction around the tornado. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I wanted to show that thing who's boss. I showed him what's what. I ran around, and what I did was I became a tornado myself, like Tasmanian Devil style. Yeah.
For those of our viewers who have seen Zoom starring Tim Allen, almost
Zoom
shot for shot.
Zoom Academy for Superheroes.
Oh, my mistake. Um, I've got these. I don't know if they're charged though. I've got them charging right now.
I actually think you sound fine right now. I wouldn't worry about it.
All right. You still have the sync tube link? Do you need me to send it again?
Um, Let me see. You should send it again. Yeah, what are we
In
doing? What's the name of this video again?
ridiculously questionable decisions.
Okay, okay.
And we're doing it because it had a thumbnail of a man looks to be in his early 60s, late 50s, and he's got a squid on his face and is grimacing underneath the squid, and you can't pass that up.
Let's see.
Um, in the interim, uh, during the period in which you might have been perishing in an act of God, I made a lovely whipped tofu spread. Tofu, garlic, olive oil, nutritional yeast, miso paste. Put that shit, a lemon. Put that
That
shit.
sounds delicious. And if I ever actually am dying in a severe weather event, please make that in my honor.
Heard.
That sounds really good. Hold on. I'm
It
gonna move
was.
to a
Put
different
that
part
on
of
some.
my
Put that on some toast. Sliced up some cherry tomatoes. Put them on top of it. Fucking yummy.
bro. Can you hear me right now?
Yeah.
Okay, check this out. It was, I mean, as you know, it was just looking like the damn apocalypse over here. And look at the sun's coming out. It's beautiful. I don't know if it's gonna do any justice over the camera, but
No, I
it's
get the
like
vibe.
fucking glistening. Yeah,
Anything?
it's so cool.
Anything? Get hail damaged all to fuck.
I don't know. The hail might have been a false alarm because I don't see anything. Damn, my the backyard part of my apartment is fucking flooded though, a little bit. That's
Oh,
crazy.
whoops.
Tornadoes are really beautiful as as much as they frighten me.
Edgy king.
Yeah, dude. Things that are traditionally viewed as scary, I don't know. I've always found them beautiful, man. I don't
But I
know.
guess that's just my sick, twisted sense of humor.
Do you ever think like, why were we born? Sorry, I'm gonna plant myself right next to my router.
Oh yeah.
Just, I think that's gonna be the safest option here.
I think to get the best signal, I was reading a BuzzFeed article about this. You need to sit on the router, preferably no pants, no underwear, router pushing up into your tight little booty hole.
And it's actually the best kind of router that you can get. It has like a sort of a almost like a cylinder like sticking out of the top, but it's rounded
That's
at the top, and
professional.
it's supposed to
Yeah.
like yeah, it's supposed to get you a better
It should
connection,
be
and that
rounded,
is
and
really
that
ideal for
rounded
sitting on.
section should be slightly separated from the rest of it with a little lip, and it should be real rigid.
Yeah,
Still a little bit of play so that you can get those, like if the wind blows it, like you still get the radio stuff, but it's like firm, but it's fleshy, and the
and you
wires are
you want to
bulging
get
out like
one.
veins. Go on.
I was gonna say it's funny you said that. I mean, I've read that you're supposed to get one with um, these things sticking off of it that are they look kind of like veins, and they're supposed to like pick up on
Vascular
waves,
fiber optic.
Wi-Fi waves in the air that like you're. Yes, your traditional router can't pick up on that.
You're
So you
talking
want to
about
get the
the
one
Bedrock.
with the yeah, yeah, I think that's what it's called. Yeah. And if you, I've also read if you take it to Best Buy, the Geek Squad will do a tune up of it for free. They all like gather around it and put it in their mouths and run their hands across it, do some weird procedure that's like only
It's
known
like
among them
percussive.
that's
It's
supposed
like
to
when you
tune that
bang
thing
the
up.
top of the TV to get it working again. They do the same
Right.
thing, kind of sort of akin to like you'd ever see a rock star put a microphone in their mouth. It's kind of a similar thing where they're just like very intimate with the technology. They'll disinfect it for you before and after. They're professionals, and then they'll put some lube on it. Because if you sit on the router and you're just on top of it, stuck on top of it, your hole's uh, so tight and pert and fuckable that it's not
Yeah.
like letting the router enter you, then you're losing. It's not as close to the International Space Station as it might be, and then you slide down it, and it like feels nice. I mean, it's gonna feel nice going up your anal cavity, and you love it because you're a little slut. Then you get better and better reception the higher up it's going. So anyway,
Yeah, and if you're a fan of our show and if you're having Wi-Fi problems, do that and send in a video to us.
please, the younger the
We want to
better.
see, we want to make sure that you're getting you we want to make sure your Wi-Fi is up to speed. So send in a video so we can double check.
Think of us as a geek squad, but for this specific thing only. Are we locked and loaded on SyncTube?
Uh yes, we are.
Oh fuck. Okay, here we go. Oh, for fuck's sake, it went straight to the end.
Yeah, I was wondering what happened. Dude, how could you tell that's a squid on that guy's face? He got good eyes. I would have thought that was a fucking dirty rag or something. We're both at like 40 seconds, right?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
as always, Stilo's dressed like a fucking idiot. Chanel looking like a fertility goddess Loki.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we got a pregnant Chanel sighting again, folks. Always pleasant. It's Easter Sunday too. That's got to represent something.
Oh,
She's the Mother Mary. I don't know.
true. Yeah. Oh, there's the guy, star of the show. Oh, brother.
Whoa. Okay. That is making me think some thoughts.
For the listener, it was a woman climbing up a cat scratch tower, and well, she wasn't dressed as a respectable Christian young woman might be. Bro, I was the first time in a bit had like an even position with my older brother in chess, and I just blundered my fucking rook, bro. I'm fucking beside myself.
Just now?
Earlier, yeah.
Damn. Chess is tough.
Yeah.
I don't play such plebeian games though. I play stuff that takes like really high order thinking, like Mancala on Club Penguin.
Tell you what, if I'm on Club Penguin, I only got one thing on my mind: penguin pussy.
Hell yeah, dude. It's actually I like this was probably my first time becoming aware what sex is. Someone like I was about to say some girl cyber sexed with me on Club Penguin when I was like two, but in hindsight, it was probably a grown man. So
Oh, had cyber sex with you?
yeah,
Shocking stuff.
yeah, and Club Penguin censors bad words, so she signaled to me what she wanted to do um, with like a winky face. And what the cybersex consisted of, if you I don't know if you remember, if you press down arrow on your keyboard, your penguin sits, and we pressed that repeatedly while our avatars were like as close to each other as we could be. So it was just like a repetitive squatting motion.
Nice. That's
Yeah,
fun stuff.
it was awesome.
This is just one of those posts online where people are trying to get people to. This is just clickbait, bro. Nothing that hot and fantastic will really happen in your life. You're just bait, bro. You're making it up for clicks. You get the joke? Oh fuck! I feel like you froze.
Me?
I was just you know, doing a little joking.
You can hear me now, right?
Yeah,
Okay, it's always a shame when one of us lags during a killer fucking riff.
yeah. And man, that was one of the best. I assure you. It's 4:20 today. What
It's
is it?
happening to you right now as you're spitting this riff. I can't hear it.
God damn
Is it really?
it! It is.
Okay. Damn, I thought being next to the router would help.
You got to sit on it, bro.
Yeah, I guess we didn't crank out that comedic classic for nothing. But yeah, I didn't realize it's 420 today. But I guess neither of us smoke, right? Unless we were smoking again. No. Yeah. Hear that, listener? We are better than you.
Yeah, facts. You smoke weed? Pathetic.
Do you get much inclement weather where you're at?
Not really. Every now and again, it'll get like in the fall, it gets real rainy for a couple weeks, but that's kind of it.
That's a shame because your your city would really benefit from a great rain falling down and washing the filth off the streets.
And that's facts. There are legitimately crews that rove the city, especially at night, but in the day too, and they use reclaimed water shot out through jets that are handheld by people walking around, putting them at sidewalks, spraying them off, just to constantly bathe the city because of how many unbathed people live on the sidewalk.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's pretty shocking stuff.
Ew. Ugh. Oh my gosh.
For the listener, there's a pulley system causing a cooked chicken carcass to thrust its pelvis back and forth.
Yeah, I just want to say they like every episode of this show is video after video of people projectile vomiting and getting hit by cars and shit, but this is the grossest thing I've ever seen on ridiculousness.
We have a bug's eye view, a view from behind.
Yeah, they got all angles too.
I want to shout out Kane Brown fans right now. What up, Kane Brown fans?
Yeah, we were just playing in the last episode. We love you guys.
I'm gonna be your friend.
We do make more money than you though,
Yeah, fast.
but it's okay. We love you anyway.
Mhm.
Have you ever interacted with someone like that? Someone who's always trying to like force a viral moment, like doing really contrived attempts at like uh compelling someone to film them and going viral and becoming the next Hawk Tuah girl or some shit.
No,
Oh,
it does sound like a an unfortunate personality to have.
it's an unfortunate type endemic to the modern world. Yeah.
Do you have such a person in your life?
I wouldn't say I have such a person in my life, but I have crossed paths with such people
Mm.
before. Like in a restaurant, I was in a restaurant once with a really long wait, and there was some guy who had just learned how long the wait was, and he started yelling in this very like cartoonish, exaggerated fashion, and everybody was people kind of like glanced at him for a minute, like, who's this asshole? And then just went about with their business. And then he's still like with everyone ignoring him, he's like, "What? Why is everybody looking at me? Why are y'all filming me?"
Brutal.
But like no one was doing that. Like he clearly hoped they would.
Yeah, that,
But yeah, that guy wanted to be turned into like the next big reaction GIF.
oh man, this is really
Yeah,
making
this
me
this might be the single most painful like segment of host banter on the show.
Rob and the female guest who's somehow romantically involved with one of the Paul brothers, I think, just went on
No, no,
for
no. You're thinking the white girl.
oh, okay, sorry. Um, a less white woman and Rob just went on for like a minute about how isn't it so relatable that we all do cartoonish, stacky, dangerous things with chairs and make forts out of them? And the woman threw in a line there, which was painfully written and painfully delivered about how, yeah, she makes forts that have even plumbing and electricity in them. And then they turn to Stilo, who's playing the straight man in this little bit, and they say, Stilo, what do you use chairs for? And he goes, uh, probably sitting for the most part. And the less white woman than Jake Paul's girlfriend goes, oh, what? No, um, so yeah, they've left humanity behind with that level of cringe.
Yeah, real Laurel and Hardy stuff.
You've heard of Who's on First? This is Who's on a Chair.
Did you know Rob Dyrdek is in that last Jackass movie that came out?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I've heard. He actually plays Preston Lacy. They put him in a fat suit.
Preston Lacy.
He's the fat one.
No.
Okay, let me try that again. Something
They
more
know.
well known. He plays Wee Man.
Okay. They
They
crush
fucking
him.
compress him. Yeah.
They amputate his legs at the knees.
Yeah, and people watch the movie actually, and they're like, why does Wee Man always have two trails of blood behind him? Well, that's why, folks. He's actually Rob Dyrdek.
I guess is this whole segment people? Oh fuck.
Man, it really irrationally pisses me off when Stilo's wearing these sunglasses. Get over yourself.
Repeat and defeat. Okay, there you go. Name of the segment: people not failing and then failing when they try it again.
Hey, we should do a live reaction to Chanel West Coast's new country song
Right now.
at some point.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Um, I'm looking at her discography right now,
Hmm.
and in the last episode, I pointed out the sheer absurdity of her like doing this immediate pivot from
Hip
like
hop.
yeah, like ripping off black culture to ripping off southern white culture. Just the brazenness of her pandering is something to behold, and like it's really illustrated by looking at her song titles because and remember this woman just dropped a country song and she has a song from 2009 called Steady Mobbin'.
What is the country music song title?
Let's see. It's called Little Miss Sunshine.
Well, there you go. Little Miss Sunshine, Steady Mobbin'.
She got French Montana featured on one of her tracks.
Jesus Christ.
Is that guy is he actually famous or do people just like know him through other artists?
He is weirdly notable, yet always less famous than the other person who's coming up whenever he comes up.
Right.
Well, that takes care of questionable decisions. Next up, we've got
It's a short one.
bowling.
Yeah, let's do it. I think you might have to send a new link.
Facts. My Wi-Fi is being a you know what.
This is the premium garment duffel.
By which I mean cunt.
Are you getting ads for duffel bags? Is that what that was?
That is what that was. It was a premium something duffel bag. Actually, not too long ago, I mean, pretty long ago, actually, the duffel bag showed up in a park in San Francisco with a woman's body in it.
Jeez.
Back not too long after I started the job that I'm at right now. Yeah.
I don't mean to get too morbid here, but was her body chopped up or something? Because I don't know how you could stuff an entire
You know
human
what? I
body into a
can.
duffel bag.
She wasn't alive, but I don't know if she had been dismembered.
Yeah, that is horrifying stuff. There was a body found here not too long ago, like maybe a couple years ago, but it was a very old murder.
Yeah, gold case type thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Steelo literally wore a bowling shirt for this segment. What a fucking clown. Oh my gosh.
if there's anything that's prolific about this show, it's the emotional labor that these people are putting in, appearing to enjoy themselves, watching this absolute fucking interminable train of slaw. It's really, I'm demoralized on their behalf.
Yeah, I mean, and they've been doing this show for what, like 10 plus years now. Like,
Talking
that's
all
got
the
to take a few, that's got to take off a few IQ points,
yeah.
like being on this show for that long. Makes you wonder how how many IQ points we're gonna lose watching them lose their IQ points watching
I have so many to
videos.
spare. It's not a closable gap between me and the rest of the community, so I'm not worried about that.
Chanel is wearing an all purple jumpsuit, and yeah, I don't even think I have to tell the listener how I feel about that. You guys can fill in the blanks. Do the ridiculousnessness Mad Libs, you know.
Austin wants to Chanel until she on his.
Austin currently has his out during the podcast. Austin is currently in his, and William is none the wiser. William is laughing. That is making Austin's harder. Austin is ing all over his stomach.
Most of the erotic value for Austin comes from William's unawareness that he is really on his.
Austin's about to blow his cover by getting some of it on the tips of his fingers and ing it in onto his tongue. He's licking the off his fingers. William is beginning to suspect something. That only makes Austin more.
Oh, oh, fuck, dude.
Oh, that guy just got a bowling ball to the nuts.
Did you see?
Okay. Okay, I did not need to see that.
I got a bullet ball the nuts. This next guy is fucking hilarious, though. He tried to, for the listener, it's a bowling themed compilation. One guy's friend rolls a bowling ball down a hill straight into his dick. That sucks. The next guy tried to do it between his legs, roll a bowling ball between his legs, hit himself in one of his ankles, and then got tangled up with the bowling ball down there and fell straight on his face. It was pretty masterful. And
He
now we have
felt like a he felt like an NPC, like ragdoll style too.
now we have a real famous person. I can't think of what his name is, but I feel like I've
Who
seen
is
him.
this? I can't tell. I thought it was Jesse Pinkman at first.
No,
This is good. I want to point this out to the listener. I get white people confused too.
I feel
I
like you've
just
said
want
that
to make
before.
that clear. But yeah, who is this guy?
I think he's famous only in like video game contexts. I don't
Is he a streamer or
know. I remember seeing him in contexts that led me to believe that he was famous in like old media, television, and such.
he's wearing a Captain Spaulding shirt for all my Rob Zombie fans out there? Don't you like clowns? Aren't we fucking funny? Damn, did you see that?
I did. For the listener, a guy tried to throw a bowling ball and he threw himself along with it. It was pretty remarkable achievement physically. Oh no.
Oh
Oh,
no. Oh, that was awesome.
just got a bowling ball launched into his dinky.
That might actually make it so that you can never have children. Don't
I
you
feels
think?
it seemed it looked like it got him. Maybe it did get him in the balls, but it looked like it mostly hit him in the underside of his right thigh. That guy was giving Ronnie, the kid who just threw the bowling ball.
True, so true. That guy had the Ronnie Ortiz Magro physique, which I can't hate because me too right now, honestly.
It's giving Dorito.
Yeah.
Do you think they're intoxicated?
I mean, you'd fucking have to be to host this
Yeah,
shit.
I feel like that's that's what we're missing here is that they're high as shit.
I think there was one
That
episode
was
where they're
better.
watching like funny weed clips and Chanel mentions that she like gets high before the filming or something. I hope I'm not misremembering that because otherwise I've just slandered our our patron saint.
Oh yeah, somebody did.
Yo, that's got to be the most like
Oh
milk
fuck!
toast looking bowling alley I've ever seen. Like the walls weren't painted; it was just all white. Oh shit! Oh shit! No! Fuck! That was awesome.
He also took a
Damn.
bowling ball to the fucking head.
He he uh, I don't even feel like describing it for the listener. Whatever.
Yeah,
I don't give a
listener, go
fuck
fuck
about you
yourself.
people.
So difficult dealing with you, listener. We watch the show, we have a good time, and then you come along and you need to know what happened.
Yeah. No, well, no, not even. Actually, the joy of the of doing the show for us is that the listener doesn't know what happened. They're missing out. They're completely in the dark.
Okay, whoa. Chanel is looking big.
Yeah, she's pregnant, folks.
Yeah, he is. We have liftoff, so to speak.
Do what thou wilt with that information. I know I'm going to be taking my out again.
I had a funny idea for a bit on the topic of pregnancy. You know how
Uh-huh.
there's the old archetype trope motif theme even of back in like pilgrim times, you would in order to not reveal that you had gotten pregnant before having been married, you would go stay with your aunt in the country for most of the year.
Yeah.
That, but it's a young pilgrim girl, and she genuinely just gets along really well with her aunt and wants to go hang out with her for 10 months. And then she comes back, and everybody thinks she was pregnant, and she has to explain herself.
Everybody's calling her a slut.
Yeah, I'm like, why? My aunt rules. She has a horse. We have horses.
She's like, um, yeah, I'm not a slut. I just really like my aunt. And then, she eventually convinces everybody of her innocence, and she's like, yeah, but we were fucking the entire time, me and my aunt. I'm someone who normally says aunt instead of aunt, but I'm liking the way this aunt thing feels. It feels more right. I could get used to this.
And aunt killed. We'll be right back with more.
This has been a pretty good ep. I feel like we've gotten some pretty good riffs in here. I'm telling you, it's the fact that I survived that fucking tornado. It's renewed my lust for life.
At least on riffing.
is probably getting fucked right now because St. Louis was supposed to get it in like 2 hours after we got the worst of it. So he's probably feeling that right about now. Let's do a pod. Let's do a podcast prayer for him.
Bro, I made it even worse for myself in this fucking chess game. I feel like fucking just fucking, you know, fucking. They have taken the subject of bullying and gotten several times more specific than even that.
I I really don't like bowling. Like whenever someone suggests it as an activity, it really pisses me off. It's so boring. You spend most of the time sitting around. Hey,
Oh,
you want to hear some like I mean, maybe I'm just being a hater, but in my mind, this is some comically depressing, um, pathetic shit. Someone I went to high school with, he meets up with other people that we went to high school with every week, and they all get drunk at the bowling alley.
I mean,
Am I just being a hater? Like, does that sound like a really good time to you?
I think I'd have to do it to know if that's right for me. And I'm
Right,
not going to be doing the getting drunk part, but depending on
right.
the vibes might be correct. It is a bit, I don't know. Is that really how you want to enter like your 30s?
Right. It's I would describe that as that whole scenario is aggressively Midwestern.
Yes.
So I guess I can't hate because he's really leaning into that
But yeah,
aspect of his identity.
there's something a little lacking uh, in an awareness of an outside world.
I'm taking mushrooms in uh 2 weeks, I think.
What's the occasion?
Um, I'm gonna be staying in Kansas City for a weekend for a concert, but I'm gonna take them and go to the art museum.
What is the concert?
And by go to the art museum, I mean have a psychotic break with reality, go to Travis Kelsey's house, murder him, play around with his blood, send the video to Taylor. Um, yeah,
Play around with his blood. That was a near verbatim pull from American Psycho talking to the bartender.
I know it was the first thing I came that came to my head. Yeah, much to my shame, I stole that phrase.
These are epic win clips. These clips that we're seeing right now.
That's a welcome change of pace. Oh my gosh, the wins are so epic right now. Do you see this?
For the
That was
listeners,
awesome. Look at that. Look at
the
their
winning.
they're so happy. That's so awesome. Bowling bombers.
Maybe Rob just. Oh fuck, that can't be
Ouch.
okay.
Oh, dude. Dude. What an asshole.
Um, I feel like Rob doesn't watch the show and thinks that the camera is panning away from him sooner than it is because he drops the act like just a moment too soon. Like he's like, take a look at bowling bombers. And when he's done saying the phrase take a look at, and he's like gesticulated, motioning for the camera to go away from him, the light just goes out in his eyes and he just stops pretending to be enjoying himself.
Yeah, and actually, if you slow down the clip a bunch and watch it millisecond by millisecond, you have to pay very close attention, but you can actually see him pull out a cigarette, light it, dab sweat off of his forehead, do a face palm, and say, "Man, I got to get a new job." You've got to really slow the clip down, though.
He moves at superhuman speeds in his anger. There's a thought. The the regular cast of Ridiculousness has delved so deep into something so absurd in its specificity and monotony that they transcend to become deities and behave as the ancient Greek pantheon does, trapped in their eternal and perfect circumstances, displaying all of the frailty and greed of humanity, yet possessed of superhuman abilities.
Well, they've emptied themselves of all feeling in order to be free, by
Yeah,
subjecting themselves to this endless onslaught of torment and suffering and grossness. They totally numb themselves to it, and um, yeah, they've achieved this sort of Zen state because of it.
they've made masks of their own faces. They perform a dance which to us looks candid and casual, but to them has deep symbolic and ceremonial meaning.
Did you do any Easter stuff?
No. Oh, real.
So, like, do you hate our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ or something?
No, bro. Never me. How about you? That's the second time I've finished clip from this compilation.
Yeah, I went to my girlfriend's grandparents' house.
And what happened there?
They were like, "So you're Irish Catholic?" And I'm like, "Nah, wrong host of the best podcast in the world." Nah, we just ate fucking brisket or whatever the fuck.
You ate and you left no crumbs.
Her grandfather was telling me about hunting wild boars, which sounds pretty lit.
When and where did you do such a thing?
Uh, I guess there's some ranch in southern Missouri where you can go and you just have to pay for room and board, and it's like multiple acres, um, just full of wild boars and rams. And he was showing us pictures, and they're fucking huge, man. I didn't know hogs get that big.
We should do that. Oh, that's what she said. We should do
Thank
that
you.
sometime.
Do you know how to hunt?
Nah, no.
Well, I don't either, but I want to learn. So like
Yeah.
we could fucking learn together or some shit.
Oh, are you coming on to me right now, Austin?
Maybe. Yeah, I need to like work on my masculinity stats are dismally low.
Mm,
I need to fucking build build that part of my character, you know what I mean?
yes, level up in that specific.
Yeah, and the very fact that I'm using this like RPG metaphor to describe this problem is indicative of the problem.
Yeah, like the word indicative, we got to get rid of that.
Yeah, that too. I need to get to the point where I'm just grunting.
Just say tight shit.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Oof, you ever crack your toes?
No, I've never been able to do that.
It's fun, bro. Squeeze them and pull them.
I don't know. That sounds kind of painful.
It's not. It's just fun, bro. Your body is an arcade machine.
I like that way of thinking about the human body. My body's an arcade machine. Children put their fingers in it all the time looking for
Oh,
coins.
God.
They use it for 10 minutes and then get bored and walk away.
Doesn't even work properly anymore because it's
Yeah.
so overused. It stays motionless for decades at a time on a crusty multicolored carpet from the 90s.
It's beloved only by enthusiasts and collectors. It's probably going to wind up on Facebook Marketplace in the near future.
It emits a series of cartoonish jingly noises and is consumed aesthetically by strange alternate universes featuring smiley characters and unlikely animals doing weird shit like skiing.
Which arcade machine though? That's
Which
the
arcade
question.
machine would you be?
Like which game? Yeah.
Um, that one where it's the circle and you got to stop it at the right time. That one's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. I think I'd be one of like the shooting games, like one of the hunting first person shooter games. I think that's kind of my aura, masculine and grizzled.
Right. Phallic,
Yes.
forceful, aggressive, thrusting, penetrating, murderous. That woman's whole contribution to that bit was saying, "That's how it's done." Unbelievable. Doesn't she realize how much she's letting me down? Senor,
Yeah.
what it do, baby?
I guess it has been 5 minutes,
Yeah.
but we can let's get one more banger, squeeze out one more banger. Should we
Oh, what
continue
you know
down
what?
this arcade machine route or
Well,
try
I
to
was gonna
find a
say
new
what there
idea?
might be time for. Wait, what was Princess Sweet Little something? What's the name of the
Oh
show?
yeah, Little Miss Sunshine.
All right, we're gonna react to that.
Yeah, drop that sync to blink.
There is no YouTube presence for the. Oh no, there we go. Oh, it's Lil Miss Sunshine. So
Oh,
she's keeping it all going. She's not choosing either lane. She's
yeah, she's
both
trying to do both at the same time.
blackwashing her country career. Yeah. You must respect the hustle. You simply must. All right, I think I need to create a new sync tube link.
Thank
Okay,
you.
sync tube link coming in hot. It doesn't look to have a music video. I think we're just gonna be staring at the album art the whole
That's
time.
fine. How many views does it have?
That's a decent question. Um, as of now, 19,000. Tough.
Yikes.
That's got to be a hit. I mean a hit to her ego, not like a hit on the chart.
uh, oh, are you playing it?
Not yet. You ready?
Uh,
Bro, what the fuck is going on this album art? Her
yeah,
leg
it's
sorted out of
hideous.
all human shape. This is really brutal, bro.
Dude, whoever made this just did not respect the rules of photography.
No. Yeah, haters will say that it's Photoshop, and I'm a hater, and I say it's Photoshop.
This is kind of disappointing. This isn't actually a country song.
Wait, can you hear it already?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't
it's
press
not
play
playing
then.
for you? That's
No,
weird.
go back to the start.
It's hip hop.
Wait, maybe if I just press play, I'll join you wherever you are. Yeah, okay, we're 117. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't want to hear the first 1 minute and 17 seconds.
Yeah, this is just a rap song. But she's on Instagram, like, um, repping, like, promoting her country career and, like, wearing cowboy hats and shit. This is really confusing. This bitch is fucking schizophrenic.
I think country has come to encompass rap country.
But this isn't even remotely country.
If you listen to there's a little bit of guitar in there. That's all you need.
Fuck, I guess you're right.
Yeah,
Dude, how weird is that? Like, what must it be like to be um like that level of normie, that degree of normie where like you hear just a guitar on a song and you're like, "Oh shit, this is country music."
could
Cuz
never be.
like people are like that, Like I used to Like in middle school, I would listen to music between classes in my fucking earbuds, and like I would listen to it really loudly, and people could hear it bleeding out. And someone heard like a harmonica, and they're like, "Are you listening to country music?" I guess that's a little more, that's a little more justifiable than what I described a minute ago. But
Yeah, no, my opinions are correct. I'm mommy's special little boy, and I know all the right stuff, which makes me a big guy. Well, that was. I don't know why she went to the trouble. I'd be curious.
yeah, I'm just really shocked that that's what passes for country music. Like, not to sound like the fucking genre police or something, but that's really just not remotely country music at all.
There are only two genres.
Do you think like local news networks like deliberately seek out the craziest trashy looking people to interview for their stories in a craven attempt at going viral?
Well, I think there's two sides to that. I think yes, going viral, just Victorian freak show vibes, but also I think I think it's like negging the viewer subliminally because they're saying this is the everyman on the street, parentheses, you, the viewer, and she's fat and gross. And so you are too. So if you don't watch what she says, I don't know. I don't know what the rest of that implicit equation is, but somehow it's like you disgusting piece of shit. You need us. Look how pretty the news anchor is. Listen to what he's saying, and you just sit there dumbfounded, slack jawed, like you're proxy here on screen. Because
So
there's
you think it's some ivory tower shit?
yes, yeah. I think
Interesting.
I think if they see a hot person coming walking by the news van, they just let him keep on walking. I don't think that works.
Yeah, I believe it.
Because there's this ad campaign by PG&E somehow, which is Pacific Gas and Electric. They're like a government utility while also being a private company. It's fucking hilarious. And they somehow fucked up, like let forest fires happen or some shit like that. And they have these ads where they show PG&E executives sitting down at like a picnic table, one on one with some random civilian. And one of them is this guy who's like obese, bad skin, and he's got a big like fat chin and the facial hair goes around the perimeter of it and then up his neck and shit and it just looks as bad as it possibly could and I
My goodness.
just seems so clear that that's the message. It's like PG is stooping to the level of you disgusting plebeians who would dare to complain about them and showing them the unjustifiable mercy of speaking with them and regarding them visually and you just I think you're just meant to absorb that, internalize it, and feel put down, and then that's that. You go about your business and you don't dare to speak truth to power. And man, am I smart for thinking that.
And you, the helpless, feeble viewer, are stuck at home gooning to the weather lady.
Yeah,
That
gooning to
one
the
that one who's on at 4 p.m. on Tuesdays with the big tits.
I
You wouldn't know anything about that.
I wouldn't. Although now that you mention it, the weather app on the iPhone should have just like a rolling menu, just like tits. Somehow there should be tits on it.
They yeah, I mean, because it's the weather app on the iPhone, there's no need for a weather person, but they still need to
Yeah,
fill that demand. So so
like
yeah,
why
they
am I?
just have they have jerkmate ads on the weather app.
Put specifically the tits ones.
Right.
Maybe gooning to the weather lady is this episode's title.
Yeah, that's a good one. I was gonna do something like referencing the tornado. Maybe there's a way we could combine the two, like gooning to the weather lady during the tornado watch.
Yeah,
And that'd be a funny scenario. There's like a tornado outside some guy's window, and he's yeah he's too
he won't stop jacking off to the weather watch.
too busy. Yeah, he's like, I have to finish. I just have to finish. Then I'll take shelter. And then he flies by another person's window, like Wizard of Oz style. Like he's up in the air and he's still going.
She keeps getting more and more specific with which areas she says needs to shelter in place until she's just talking about him.
Like explicitly referencing like take your dick out of your hand and take shelter immediately. And then the fucking whole yeah, the whole trajectory of the bit changes and it just becomes about this guy being gang stalked by the weather people in his town.
Yeah.
It becomes very serious. This very serious story about his gang stalking experience.
Well, I think we've done the listeners justice.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That was a good one. Okay.
That's all they
Um,
deserve.
I'll stop recording just a second.
All right.